Hey, everybody. Can you hear me? Good morning, guys. Maybe I think No Future is not on the stage yet. Maybe he's having audio troubles, perhaps. Well, while we're waiting, maybe pull up DeFi Dungeon here and show everyone on the stage what we're working with. Pushed one update this week to the game. Got a couple more that I'm working on, but I didn't want to push them without doing all my testing. Let me see if I can share a screen here. Let's see, there we go. Play a little round of DeFi Dungeons. Saw ZTEF, I was able to add you. You were playing it earlier today. What's your thoughts on the auto battler mode? So here I got my Bushido Gotchi. This is one of the highest level gotchis that you can get. It's an off-chain gotchi. It's not my on-chain one. And the change that I made, which I think is working, is before you could only do one run per day of the competition, and now I've changed it to 3. So we're actually getting more people playing, more runs happening. This is the normal mode. We got PCW SG has been crushing it, playing every day. We got Zbot, we got ZTEF, and Lavel. Let's see who's in nightmare mode. We got these two guys. And in hell mode, just PCWSG. So hell is where the alpha's at right now. Chuenya says can't start the Gotchi bot. I'll do it. What is it? Record, right? We'll begin. What's the command here, actually? I don't actually see it. I thought it was just record. I don't think we got rid of a bot recently. Record. Well, we have Craig bot. Let me try Craig bot. But I don't know. I don't think that's it. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened to the bot. Maybe Goobs will know when he comes on. And I'm not sure if No Future is streaming this. Would definitely like to. You are? Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know if we can get a bot going ad hoc. Gotchi bot. It's definitely in the chat. I'm not really sure what happened to. It's like it doesn't have one anymore. Yo, going cross.
Yo, how are we doing?
Good. We're trying to get the recording going, but I don't see it in the menu anymore, which is weird.
Gotchi
while
bot.
we're maybe waiting for Goobs. Let me get a round going here.
Hey, there we go.
So let's see. The score to beat right now is 40K. And he's got a 1.5x multiplier, so I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to beat that score. Let's see. Let's go up to might die. Let's try 6x leverage. Here we go.
You're not sharing
Go
your
for it.
screen for this by chance, are you?
Yeah, I think I am.
Are
Yeah,
you? Oh, sure enough.
if you look
Oh,
in here,
yeah, I'm just
it's
getting set
going.
up here. I see you. Nice.
One of the features I'm working on. So I spent the last couple of days getting this new AI workflow called Ralph working. If you're on X, you might have seen this workflow. Basically, it's just like a for loop, and it keeps your AI working until it finishes. Basically, so it's theoretically able to run like autonomously all night, but I haven't done that yet. It's kind of too intense. But I did test it on this feature that I'm working on for potions, and it finished it. It took about an hour, and then it finished pretty much the whole feature. Wasn't totally perfect. There's a couple things that I wanted to add, but I think it got the feature working, and so that feature is basically right now you just have your potions right here. So I got 75 potions, and the AI will basically use as many potions as you need. If you get hit with like 100 damage, it might use like 2 or 3 or 4 potions to make sure that you don't die, which I think is not really that fun of a mechanic. So I'm gonna introduce some new 3 different tiers of potions, and you'll only be able to use 1 potion per hit. And so you'll be able to convert these potions into higher level potions, like greater healing potion or like a full healing potion. And those will be. Oh, I might die here on the boss. He's so hard. Let's see what happens. I think I'll make it. But see, look, you can see my potions going down like 2 or 3, 2 at a time sometimes. So after I change this mechanic, that won't happen anymore. Yeah, I killed him. I got 100K on my score. So that's a fully Ralph written and tested mechanic that I'll be pushing pretty soon
Oh,
here. So I'm on the leaderboard. I got 100K. Let's see if anyone can beat that. Let's go.
that's the best run. Now, the post screen, does it kind of break down why you did so well?
It's yeah. Like it tells you like what your leverage was, what floor you got to, and the
Hmm.
multiplier. So that's pretty much like the main things. Your score is based on how deep you go, how much leverage you use, what difficulty you're in, and what your competition multiplier is. That's currently like the main factors.
Yeah, very cool. I like this idle direction a lot more. I think it I think it makes
Yeah, it was
sense.
cool. I was playing it on I was we were in the car the other day, and I was like, let me just pull up around. Unfortunately, my VPN like switched networks or something while I was playing, so my run didn't get saved. But it was working. It was pretty
It,
cool. You
it,
could just there and play it.
I thought you were gonna say it was like north of 300K. It was the best run of all time.
No.
Sorry guys, VPN. It's like a fishing story. Should have seen that
Yeah.
fish. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, exactly. It almost felt watching it. It feels like I don't know, one fleeting thought is like when social media, you know how we're all addicted to social media and scrolling. It kind of
Yeah.
feels like that. You've got the scroll there with all this data coming in, and
Right.
I
It's
guess
got yeah, the
uh,
action log happening down
yeah,
here.
it kind of scratches a similar itch mentally, I think. So I'm like, oh, my brain knows what to do. Follow along.
So
You
I'm
guys
gonna
seen
try to
the
beat my score again.
that speed reading app that's kind of, I don't know, it's all over my feed right now.
Yeah, I saw it. It was like it like reads one word at a time or something.
Yeah, so I did it. It gets you up to 900 words a minute, or
Oh wow.
yeah, it's really fast. And what you do is it's a different way of reading. Where I don't know where they figured this out, but if you really want to speed read, you put the what costs you time is your eye moving across the page. So you
Mm-hmm.
just anchor the word in one spot. That's the red letter in the middle of the word, and that anchors your eye, and then it just kind of ramps up from there, and
Right.
it gets cooking. So
Yeah,
all those
I was
people that
getting
play that,
bored after like 360 words per minute. I didn't realize it went up to 900. That's crazy.
yeah, it becomes a real effort at some point. Um, but yeah, anybody playing that will do well with this scrolling feed. No issue at
I mean,
all.
there's not much to do here right now. I do want to add a little bit more player interaction somehow. There's
Hmm.
not really much to do right now. You just kind of set it and let it run and see if you like how high you can get. So it's kind of, I mean, it's like an auto battler. So there is some strategy though, like a little bit. What wearables you use? Like obviously the wearables are a big part since this is Aavegotchi trying to build for people's assets. So you can see here, I equipped my milkshake that I have. This is actually, I think this is my milkshake, or maybe I picked it up. But if you have a gotchi with a milkshake, it does get used in game, and the
Mm.
milkshake is like it's like a potion, but it can only be used. It's got a 10-second or 10 like turn cooldown, and it will heal you up to 110 HP, which is like pretty good, pretty clutch.
Yeah, I
Obviously
see total
not
is
much against.
2000.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
this is the boss's HP.
Oh,
He's
sure.
pretty tanky boy. But you can see my milkshake's being used and my potion. So that's how I'm able to stay alive a little bit longer.
So you work your
Okay.
potions, and then certain wearables also help out more
Here's
than.
all the loot that I found during that round. Floor, depth, difficulty, leverage. Here's all the stuff that I got in my inventory from killing enemies. And here's all the enemies I killed.
I like seeing who's been killed. I always like games that really
Yeah.
put value on that.
So yeah, that's I got that
So
potion update will be coming, and then kind of just working on it. I got Claude. If I have an idea, I'll put it on it, and uh kind of this is kind of where it is right now, but I think it could slowly become I'm really open to feedback from people playing it at this point. Like I kind of feel like it's not done, but I'm not really totally sure where to take it next. So if anyone has any fun ideas or things that you would like to see or think that would be interesting, especially might appeal to like non gotchi people. I mean, obviously, I'm building it for our community, but at the same time, we do want to like get non gotchi people. But if there's something that you as a gotchi owner would like to see, I'm also very open to that. There was talk of like maybe using land parcels for like a stash. Right now, you don't really lose anything when you die, but I mean, you could. Maybe there's a way to do like a intense mode where you get a higher score, but like you lose shit if you die, and so maybe you don't want to keep everything in your inventory over here. So land could be like an area that we could do, or maybe alchemica sinks, all sorts of stuff that could be implemented. At the same time, I do want to keep it like very casual, so I don't want to like make it too big brained or like too intense for super casual people. But uh, that is kind of like the balance we're trying to tightrope we're
yeah,
trying to walk here.
yeah, and sometimes some of those features make sense to add in after initial success if it tests
Yeah,
well, right? So
right. That's really
I'd love
the
to.
main. Does it test well? What is missing? So
Yeah, looking good. I could
yeah,
see
stop that.
the flow on base. It's going to be pretty. I mean, it is. It's gotcha or not, right? They can hop in and get started.
Yeah, yeah. Base. I don't know. They made a kind of a strategic pivot for base app. I guess they put it out. They opened base app up for everyone right before Christmas, and
Mhm.
then last week, I saw there was an announcement by Jesse Polak and Brian Armstrong that they kind of want to move it towards, which I kind of anticipated this because Farcaster did the same thing, like making it more like a wallet for trading. So Base is really going all in on trading. And I hope, many apps are, and gaming is part of that. They didn't really signal anything about that. But I think a gamified trading is probably something that would be interesting for them. Exactly how
Yeah.
to do that, and maybe how could we use gotchis for that is kind of something I'm thinking about.
I
Like
definitely saw.
maybe it's not a pure game, but it's like trading gamified more somehow.
Yep, and we're
So
we're
that's
working
like
on a few
what we
blueprints for things like
yeah.
that. We're actually leaning into that anyway, where I feel like if you go watch, like read the replies, like Crunkles is in there from uh, Cat Town, some of these other
Yeah.
games that have been quasi successful on Base App in the early days, and their responses are like very lukewarm or like suspicious. Like, what does this mean for
Hmm.
gaming? So their games are less financial. I mean, I'm not talking about Cat Town specifically, but there's some that are just like straight up games and they happen to use a token or do play to
Right.
earn or something. I don't think they're going to do well on Base App based on what was announced. I think again, we're kind of lucky. It's kind of up our alley. We could probably finesse more finance into our games, and Aavegotchi would probably be better for it. But yeah, we gotta see.
So on your Kraken
Zbot
app,
here.
start doing calling, trading, like playing. Yeah, I mean, there's like the options game that's everyone's talked about on Mega ETH. What does that mean? It's called Inky. I have to check it
Hmm.
out. Any new gamified trading things are, it's like they can be built pretty quickly. I'm kind of in a mode where I'm like, I want to just explore as many ideas as fast as possible and see like what's actually interesting, which is it's so fun doing that with Claude now. Like you can literally just code anything you want, like get an MVP done like within a couple days, sometimes a couple hours, couple minutes. Okay. We also some little change I pushed to the DApp, just a little itch I'd been wanting to scratch. If you go to the stats page, you'll now see. Oh, actually, it didn't load. It didn't get pushed yet. I pushed it. Maybe it errored. Well, there. I'm going to add the top traders to the bazaar. There's a new section for top traders, so it'll show you the top 5 traders in that time period, which I thought is kind of cool to see.
It's going to
We don't
be
really
top traders in terms of they spent the most or they acquired the most or
like
ghost
spending.
volume.
Let me find a preview of it. I don't. It must have. I didn't actually check it after I sent it off to build, so maybe it didn't get pushed to prod. I'll show
I'm
a
such
little
a
preview though.
I'm a sucker for
It's
these kind of
by
features.
how much volume in Ghost that you did. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I kind of imagined. So if I'm selling things and I'm out buying things, they both contribute to my score. Then that's
Hmm.
pretty sick. Yeah, I think that's awesome. We need more stuff like this that, that the marketplace is there, it functions, it does everything so well. The 2D to 3D is there. If we can,
Yeah.
at the right time, if attention circles back to base and to Aavegotchi, then the kind of features you're adding here are gonna just strengthen our bazaar and make it feel like home for people. I love seeing who's doing the trading or who's winning. So
Yeah. Loading it up here. So here's what it
yeah.
looks like. Obviously, there's a certain individual who's been very active. He's going to appear in probably, let's see, 7 days, 30 days, and then let's see if he's on top. So he's actually on top for all 3 time periods. Shout out to Zonza or Zonzi. I forget. In Chinese, it's Zonzi, like Zhuangzi. I'm not sure how he wants to pronounce it. Zonzi,
Triple Crown.
Zounzi. Yeah, he's got the triple crown. Zazuni. But I think you're sweeping this for Gamble, right? Yeah, it does sound the most proper. He's working on this app called Gamble that he's talked about. And so all the items that he's buying are going to be part of this Gamble platform. You'll be able to play and kind of enter lotteries or various, there's a couple other ways, but I think lottery is what he's starting with. So that should be, I'm going to be doing a review of that Solidity code soon. It's on my to-do list. And then all these items that he's sweeping, those will be prizes that you can enter for in Gamble. So that's going to be pretty cool. I like that. It's like he's kind of, it's not like a digital asset treasury, but it's like he's building like a little war chest for Gamble. So I'm pretty bullish on that. I think the community will enjoy it. It's kind of degen.
Yeah, it's kind of the right way to do it, and leading from the front. So super stoked to see what comes from Gamble and Zonza's efforts. Anybody that's front loading and picking up assets for the prize pool, that's
Yeah.
great. Now, Dan, I noticed something in the general chat. I think it was yesterday, and it was a little throwback to one of the better games the community, certain members of the community
Oh, yeah.
developed, and kind of left. I remember those days vividly, trying to keep that game going. And what was that screenshot you shared? That looked a little bit like might mean something.
Scroll up a little bit. Yeah, if anyone didn't see it here. We talked about it. Oh, wrong thing. Talked about it a while ago. Like, someone needs to revive this game, and they did open source the client and stuff. It's all there. Let me find the link if people want to like check it. So now with this is another thing I just set Claude on. Here's the repo. And I cloned the whole repo and I just said, get it working, bro. And he went, it was pretty painful. Like this is not something I could get working by myself. It would take, first of all, I don't really know PHP, which is what it's built in. I'm not familiar with a lot of the stuff they built into it. And I didn't fully get it working yet. There were some issues that let me think. I'm trying to remember what the issues was. It didn't seem like it was like insurmountable. So I'm gonna keep working my way at it and see if I can get it working locally before I'd like put anything online. But yeah, I'm trying to revive Gotchi Miner and just looking at the archives here and seeing like what I can get working with Claude and spin it up, get it going. Because I think it would be really fun on Base App too. People would probably enjoy it. So yeah, we might be able to see the resurgence of Gotchi Miner, and I'm trying to think, were there any other games like Stratagotchi? Login did get that working, so that was cool. I'm trying to think if there was like any other like real like fully built out games. There was a lot of, obviously we had a lot of prototypes.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And
That's what made Miner so appealing.
Spirit Force was built in Unity, so it's a little bit different. It'd be, maybe we can get that working again. The code is still there. And Rektless. We have a little update on that. Maybe you want to give an update?
Yeah, just the the team is definitely working on Rektless. We all want to get it to market, and I think we said as much at the end of last year. Just timing and how exactly to get to market so the most eyes see it and enjoy it. So work has started on that. You guys know Eris, and we're a little busy between some maintenance and exploring what's possible for Gotchiverse. Eris does a lot of work on that, but he's also taken the lead on getting Rektless mobile ready, and we're making some progress there. You might hear words we've heard in development before, like addressables and just trying to get the efficiency of the assets to smaller sizes to be more mobile friendly. That was what pretty much took place this week, and I'm quietly hopeful by next week we'll see it up and running on mobile, and then it's a matter of just the last mile, really making it getting it to a point where we're proud to release it, and I think it won't take much. I think Dan, you're going to take over once we get it on
Mhm.
mobile. You were going to look into, do we do any? We don't really want feature creep or scope creep, but we do want to release a good game. So we kind of pick our battles and try to get that out there. And so yeah, I think the decisions to make are more on like, do we want it like an arcade experience? You got to put Ghost into play, or we just put it live and kind of do the runner and run the leaderboard, let them reset every day, every week.
Yeah.
That's the decisions left to make. The game is pretty much ready to run.
Yeah, one potential is like to use the same kind of system that I've built for DeFi Dungeon with like the daily competition. But we have to see kind of how popular that model is anyway. So I don't know if I want to go and apply it to Rektless just yet. But definitely something. I mean, if it's like an endless runner, then it's asking for competition. You want to have like daily competitions. Supreme probably likes the model. I haven't seen your name on the leaderboard, sir. Where are you? Let's get some start earning some ghost in USD. But yeah, I think the model is pretty cool. I like the daily competitions, and I like the staking of USDC. But I'm not I'm not totally 100% sold on it yet. Like hasn't proven to be super like popular, but we'll figure out something for Rektless. I think once we get it working on mobile, adding in like backend and like stuff outside of the game should be pretty simple now.
Yeah, so quite a bit of movement, and then just on Gotchiverse, I don't think we put the Alchemica live this weekend.
Oh, okay.
We've run that most, but we had kind of a heck of a week on the Gotchiverse team. One of our lead devs
Right.
had some issues with his computer, totally almost actually catching on fire. Some crazy stuff. So he's spent the Wednesday and Thursday getting back on his feet. But yeah, we do want to come back with that. And what I think we're going to end up at, we'll talk about this in the next few weeks, but I think we'll get Rektless prioritized, get that out. Then the team can go back to Gotchiverse. And my suspicion is we're going to share a lot more of this with you guys next week, but we're looking at options for what do we want to do with the Gotchiverse through the rest of this year. Um, we've achieved some, I think, very important feature locks that nobody else has. Uh, but we need to reorganize it into a way that captures attention and really becomes really interesting. And when I say unique features, I'm talking about how you can we have this pretty robust bespoke backend to track and enter in any ERC20, and we can fund them and let them airdrop or sprout throughout any 3D world. That's pretty unique to us right now. So yeah, we have some big ideas on that. We're going to share a few, and I think ultimately um, that's going to be something we make a decision on after Rektless. So I see January as finishing up Rektless here with the team, and then we can keep doing Alchemica weekends if you guys want. We can definitely do that. The innovation and like stress testing will probably pick back up in February. So that's the plan there. But yeah, Dan, the way we just kind of rolled through those, that's not a bad little half hour. We just rolled through DeFi Dungeon, Rektless, Gotchiverse, all making progress. And Gotchi Miner. That was the surprise. Gotchi Miner. I love how in the GitHub, it must have been their original name was actually GHST Miners. Did you
Right.
notice that in the
Yeah, Ghost
URL?
Miner.
It harkens back to one of the conversations we recently had, which I feel like if we it'd be really nice to have a product, a dApp, something out there that really had the name of our token in it. Like you can't bury it. It's right there up front. So I kind of like their old name.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll just call it Ghost DeFi Dungeon. I did notice there's like another project on Solana that is using that name. So, and they're kind of active, but not really active. But I don't know. Maybe we should just change it to Ghost Dungeon, and maybe that would do better on Base App anyway.
It communicates a lot if you know what Ghost is, and if you don't, you might be like, well, okay, this is a dungeon full of that token. I don't know much about that token, but it is the Ghost Dungeon. I don't know. I'm definitely a fan of seeing the name out there. Nestor saying, we got the Gotchaverse architecture for real tokens to be found underground, right? Yeah, it's spawning. You could spawn any way you want. And so that's what I was referring to. It's, I think, quite potent, and there's 1,000 different ways to make use of it. So kind of challenge to you guys, I think it's the most unique thing we've got. And I don't think you remember we took the whip community travels to all the different metaverses, and that was a great November. We had them come into the Gotchaverse in November just after we got that feature live, and they were pretty blown away. They're like, we go to Hyperplay and Hyperfi or whatever, and all the different worlds. They don't have that. They just don't have that. So our challenge is to find a way to make that compelling, or maybe it's not enough by itself, but we add that to the right Gotchiverse, the right experience, a mini game, whatever it may be. I feel like we're on the cusp of something there, at least technically. Thoughts on bringing back interest-bearing tokens through Base, Supreme Pablo? Maybe Dan, do you have some thoughts on that? I don't really
Um,
have a strong opinion. I'd,
I
I'd love
mean,
to
it's
see
always thing with the interest bearing tokens. Like it's cool, but at the same time, like the interest is really it's always low, relatively low compared to like
people want to
it's a
gamble.
weird. Yeah, it's like it's in like the low. There's just like Vitalik had this post, I think in like December or or November, talking about like low risk DeFi, and it's kind of in that territory. Like Aave just launched their, they launched their Aave app, and we talked about Esco for a while. I'm still bullish on it. I think it is like one of the lowest risk yield plays in crypto, but it's actually got diluted now because of Aave app, and I think because they're like using Esco as their main collateral for saving in the Aave app. So it's actually down to like 5.5%, which is like still not bad. I mean, very low risk, 5.5% on your money. It's still better than holding treasuries. But it's just like to make that, it's hard to make that the centerpiece for like a whole project now. It was kind of the centerpiece when in 2020 and 2021 when things were like still pretty new, but to try and like I don't know, my thoughts on that is like coming back, trying to go back to that and like make that something that the current market is gonna get excited about is tricky. I don't think that it would have to be done in like a very intent, like in a very like way that appeals to a very clear audience that wants that. And I'm not sure that we're able to like get to that audience. So that's like a long-winded approach to why we're not like really trying to emphasize that aspect of Aavegotchi right now. Not to say that like 7 or 8% yield is it's like not attractive. There are protocols out there doing kind of automated investing. There's like Giza, and I think Mamo was one on base. They're like gamifying savings, but I think Giza is doing fairly well. But even their AUM, like it's not incredibly high. Last time I checked.
Yeah, it's a niche, but it's a niche, if that makes sense. Like you can find success in a very small niche and like really build your product towards it, but uh it's not a proven like staying power niche yet either. I don't know. People want to save, and how to gamify it is a big challenge. We've done it to a certain extent. I think more staking inside the gotchi is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just not something we should overtly be like, this is our main product. This is what we do. It almost happens as an after effect. You're like, oh,
I
I was
mean,
playing these games and
yeah.
I ended up saving my money. I didn't go spend it because I
Right.
staked it to play a game.
Like I
Some
really
healthy
want to
behavior.
push like Hungry Ghost and that staking model. The problem is just like how do we get where does that yield come from? Part like if the DAO wanted to create a staking program and just put like 1 million Ghost up as yield for a staking program, like we can probably do that now. I do think it should be gamified, so you could earn you could like stake something into your gotchi and then earn Ghost on it. I do think that that's not enough though, and there needs to be like there could be other almost like a loyalty program. If you staked Ghost or something into your Aavegotchi, it should unlock perks in various products around the DApp. Like if you have a gotchi that has a bunch of Ghost in it, like in DeFi Dungeons, I have an idea to do something with that, or on the DApp or something. Like if you have a gotchi that has Ghost in it, maybe the DApp could look different, something like that. But like scaling yield is the hardest problem in crypto. No one wants to get diluted, and eventually all the legitimate yield in crypto goes down to slightly above the treasury rates. Like that's just what happens. If it's like way above treasury rates, it's either just not been discovered yet or it's a scam, and you're going to get rugged.
It's yeah, it's just nature playing out there. But I think if we could get to a point where through multiple different emissions, you could make I don't know, a case towards yield at 3 to 4%, like Zbot's saying here.
Yeah, treasury
Goob's
yield,
mentioning bring
basically.
back friends. Yeah, basically treasury yield. You're right. It's already right where everything else is. So you're not going to stand
Yeah.
out in like some special way with like an incredible percent.
No,
That's
that
not really
was like the
possible.
DeFi, the golden era of DeFi when your yields were 69,420%.
Because there are only 50,000 market participants. It's like
And well, just because
highly
no one knew back then, or I mean, people knew, but they didn't care at that point, and people are more sophisticated. Like the market has kind of moved on from that, and everyone knows if someone's offering 69,000% yield, then it's not going to end well. We've all seen what happens to those type of tokens. So I don't know. I mean, I think I'm really open. Like if anyone has ideas, like we're in kind of exploratory mode right now. We want to find like something that works for gotchis and Ghost on base, and potentially multi-chain.
Yeah, and we could do
But
both
it's
at
like
once. I'd say Reckless is not
yeah,
exploratory, except for
no,
finishing up how we want to go to market. And then that's great because it's our test of where's the base user base right now? Like, are they really pivoting hard away from gaming, or is gaming still going to
yeah.
make sense there, especially if a little finance is included? I think we'll hit the sweet spot, but we got a real test here with Reckless. I want to get in the base app. I hope you all have base app. And we get in there, we get loud, and we see if this thing has any traction. Our game itself, and then also like base. So make a big push there
I
early this year, and if it's not working, we just stop
yeah.
prioritizing that.
I was in there. I mean, I think they have changed it since like the end of last year. I can't say that I really like. I don't enjoy the feed. Maybe it's just I'm not a guy that's like gonna trade every shitcoin that comes on my radar. That's just like not my like personality or type. So they're kind of designing it for that cohort or that ICP in mind. And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, it's not really what I'm interested in. So that for me, I don't know, it hasn't been an improvement for me. I actually preferred the more social stuff. But I'm giving it a try. There is like there's like a trade and a talk. So the talk is more like where the social stuff is.
Right, right. I kind of like the UI update. It's at least clear
Yeah,
what they're trying to do. It's just a question of is the content there? Like,
right.
not really
Oh, speaking of
signed in the
just, I
tread.
mean, the social fi. I mean, they
Oh, yeah.
Elon and Nikita they they totally rugged InfoFi and SocialFi, which was that was pretty funny to see. I mean, I don't know if our friends over at Breadcrumb are going to be affected. I'm assuming they will be affected. But I
Probably.
saw
Let
someone talking
me
about
check in.
Base App is still is going to be like become maybe a new target for it's already been a target for SocialFi people, but now that X is like banning it, maybe you'll see more activity over on Base App, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because it's all spam. It's not really organic, but it's interesting,
Yeah,
funny to watch.
it has some value, or you know, we've used
Yeah,
breadcrumb multiple times, and it has its place in the mix. But what it would mean for base app, I mean, they need activity and users right now, so they're probably going to benefit from this in a
yeah.
metric sense, short term. Yeah, that was a big news piece. Couldn't believe that. I like Nadiel's. I hope Nadiel's right. He's like base feels fresh. X feels as part of the past. Old verse. Zbot, maybe it's that. Yeah, I see some Haunt 3 chatter in here. My general take on Haunt 3 is always like we gotta earn it. We gotta earn the demand. We can't just
Yeah.
click our heels. But if one of these games pops off, it makes sense because the gotchas are used in the game. There's more players. Yeah, totally. I'd probably be supportive. Base needs to fix
Yeah,
how
I don't know if
text
we need a
show.
Haunt 3 to do like a reskin. If I think this was an idea we had, we could do it. Like if you stake some ghost in your gotchi, boom, you can like change the collateral. You can switch to a ghost collateral.
Yeah,
Fairly light lift on the dev side if people like want
yeah.
that.
I mean, it could be as simple as the gotchi skin reflects your primary or most valuable stake, or you have a bunch of things staked, and it'll
Yeah.
reflect that in how it looks. There's definitely some ways. I think everybody just wants the ghost gotchi, is what it seems like here in the chat, or by everybody, I mean the people talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old reskin. As I get
That
older, I'm
plus
starting to think,
what
man,
was
I need a reskin.
that the reskins plus foreign's coin idea could be those could be two things like that we could put some focus on if the DAO wants. We're basically the protocol is the DAO now. So if the DAO wants those, the place to go is like make a prop. Let's see what what the community thinks of staking ghosts to like be able to reskin your gotchi without. We don't need a Haunt 3 for that. Portals are getting pricey to open for
Yeah,
the ethics. That's why that's why Zonzi is making Gamble for you, Goobs. You can get some cheap
let's
portals if you're
solve that.
lucky. But that's a good thing. I mean, that's what happened when Haunt 2 was being voted on, portals were getting expensive. They were like 2,000 ghosts, and people were like, "Oh my god, like, it's too. I want more portals to open." Yeah, Portal Wars. So I think gotta have something expensive in the ecosystem, right?
Yeah, need that blue chip to anchor to. Portal Wars. Well, I think we're good on our side, Dan. I don't know about you,
Yep.
but you turn it over to his foreign hosting or whoever's hosting the Dower can segue there. Haunt 3 seems like a good time to do that. Yeah, I agree with Nestor there on Haunt 3. It's a big deal.